Alright, the D&D Next Facebook group, we've had an interesting conversation come up today. Someone by the name of Alex posted a thread about where in the books does it mention how many, what the limit is on magic items, yada yada yada. So anyways, it got a discussion going about should D&D tell you, like in some other games and other editions, that you need to have certain magic items at certain levels. You know, so maybe they've designed the encounters and monsters at 6th level to be more difficult than your party at 6th level without magic items. And so you need magic items to close that gap. Now, my personal opinion on this is that's rubbish. I hate when games do that. And here's why. Because when you're playing a game, as players, especially if you know the system well as players, and you're coming up on that level, you know what to expect. Like, oh, we're coming up on that level, we're going to need some magic items soon. I feel like it takes the fun out of the game. It makes it so you anticipate it and expect it. Now, personally, I think magic items are best used when you don't know when you're going to get them. You know, you've been adventuring for so many levels, and you know, your party has been doing okay, you struggle here and there, other times you wipe the floor with them, and, you know, whatever. And there's a lot of excitement. Well then, all of a sudden, you guys come across a magic item. That magic item is more special when you don't expect it, it's not pre-planned for you, and, you know, you get this magic item. Another time it's really awesome is, you know, you've been playing, you know your big bad guy is much more powerful than you, or just enough that you aren't ready to face him. Maybe it's a dragon, maybe it's a spell slinger, maybe it's a fighter who's leading a bunch of, you know, minions. Either way, the point is you know he's tougher than you. And maybe somebody in the town, a retired adventurer, or, you know, just somebody tells you, hey, you know, there's this item that I've heard of in this place that will really help you in your quest to defeat this guy or thing. Well, now your players get a quest to go get this item. They get this item, and now it's even more special because they have something, you know, that they worked for. It's not, oh, we hit 5th level and, well, at 5th level, we're supposed to get a +1 weapon. Oh my gosh, we happen to find this +1 weapon that is exactly what I use. Who would have thought that I'd find a +1 glaive when I use a glaive? Perfect, you know? So, I guess that's my point on it. You know, people can run games however they want. I just hope that D&D doesn't tell you you need to have these items at certain levels. And my reasoning for that is a lot of DMs will run it exactly how it said. Oh, you're supposed to have a magic item at this level. Another reason is if you're ever running a one-shot and you tell people to create their characters, they're going to read the book, give themselves magic items without asking because the book says so, and then they're going to bring their character with magic weapons to your game. Then you're also going to have people asking you, well, can I buy this magic item because it has a price in the book? No. In my games, personally, no, I really won't allow that. I like my shops to change a little bit. You know, if you don't want to role play it out, that's fine in my game. You don't have to role play it out. But tell me what you're hoping to get at the store, and I will tell you if they have it at the store. If you're role playing things out with my shop owners, you might have a better chance to find something you want, like a magic item, which are rare in all my games, and it's rare that you can buy them. So, and what I mean by rare is you're not going to say, oh, I have a party that uses a battle axe, a great sword, a glaive, and something else, whatever. Insert weapon here, star knife. Oh my gosh, you found all 4 of those weapons over the course of 3 levels, and they're all +1. I will never allow that. On top of that, I like to add some flavor to it. So, for instance, in 2 of my games, people have found malls that are, I think I called them like lunar malls. And I took inspiration from Skyrim, how they have the lunar weapons, where at nighttime they do more damage and stuff. So I took inspiration from that, and what I did is made these +1 malls at nighttime. You know, so both parties, when it starts to get dark, they set up camp, so which is fine. But if they get ambushed at night, they'll have a +1 mall at night. So that's just something that I like to do. I like to adjust things a little bit so they're not just, oh, you have a +1 weapon. You know, my one party, my fighter has a +1 Demon Bane sword. I think I called it like the Sword of Demon Slaying or something. It was just the best name I could come up with on the spot. But anyways, so those are the things I like to do in my games. I just don't think it should be as simple as, at this level you should have a +1 weapon. At this level you should have a +2 weapon. Or, oh, you should probably have a +1 set of armor, or something like that. I really can't stand that. So I feel like, especially with 5th edition, the way it's set up is it's, sure, at first level it's very lethal. But I feel like the way 5th edition is set up, it's very player friendly. So if you play the game, I think, as written, it strikes me as, like I said, very player friendly. You know, you have, at first level, you can conceivably make characters with very high AC, which I think is the most, the easiest way to make your character overpowered is to boost his AC. Just my opinion. You know, you have other characters that can deal massive amounts of damage. You can take a fighter with a maul, that's 2d6, +5 to hit if he's a 16 strength, right? Yeah, 16 strength is still +5 to hit with his proficiency. You know, and so that's a +3 damage, I believe. I could be wrong. This is all off the top of my head. But conceivably, at first level, you could have a fighter that's maxed out strength of 20, so that's a 5, plus his proficiency to hit, that's +7 to hit, right? That's +5 damage on top of that. So 2d6, I mean, you could conceivably deal almost 20 points of damage. If you crit, you can do a lot more. I mean, you're doing 24 +5, you're doing 29 points of damage with a maxed out crit. Obviously that's not very likely, but my point is you can do some major damage at first level. You can also have very high AC. So the game is very player friendly in my opinion. So take that for what you will, and yeah, I don't think you should be told to give magic items to your players at specific levels. Just my opinion. So be sure to tell me what you think below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, with that, I hope you have a great day. Thank you.